You said something very important here, and you've hit the nail on the head right into the coffin. You just make a statement, say, our people, they don't be so buried in their group loyalty, where even if they come together, if one of those people they come together not go be the ultimate leader at the end of the day, they not go want for move, they want for remain with their group loyalty, and they in any hurry for make we come together. That is the truth. People then be buried inside that group mentality. They're not there in any hurry. For look at how our people that is suffer on ground zero. They not see how our people don't drift away from the liberation. They want go them back for where they be day before because they feel say be better. They're not there in any hurry. Maybe we'll come together.
Me, Comrade Fire Soldier, and thank you so much for your prompt reply to my audio. And I just want to point out that, throughout your audio, you seem to have overlooked the fact that I am equally talking about a structure that brings the people of Ambazonia together. The point where we are disagreeing is the kind of idea that this structure will somehow take over certain duties of the struggle. I think this is where we are disagreeing slightly. Because I am saying, you started out by pointing out the inability of these groups to put country first and unite, come together and collaborate. And I am saying that yes, that is a truth, and because of that, the structure, the struggle, and the group nature of the struggle has been very ineffective. So, but the difference, between what you are saying and what I am saying is that the idea of us coming together to form a structure that can somehow dispense with the groups and then be the engine of running the struggle is a big mistake, because that structure will now begin to take on the form of what we've already had big problems with, which is government. That is what that structure will be if we are saying that these groups have failed, and we will form this structure and we'll get together a group of people from among us to represent us. Represent us in what? What, like diplomacy? Or, that is, we're beginning to, looking like a government. But I am suggesting that, yes, the groups have been ineffective. And the number one thing that we cannot deny is that this whole idea of a government has made collaboration almost impossible or very difficult, in the sense that the normal groups will not want to think of the idea that somebody is a government, and the government think of themselves as the government. So, when you say, let's come together, they'll say, come under us. And then worse still, you have they splintered into now 4 different governments, each of them saying that they are the legitimate government. So we cannot argue with the fact that that has been one of the main causes of dysfunction among the groups and between the groups and by the groups. So, if we are cannot be a mature enough people to say this idea of government was always wrong, because you cannot form anything called a government without a host country. And secondly, we've had the experience of it, of how much damage it has caused. So I am saying that we come together as the people, but once you start putting in objectives that might come across like political objectives. Let's say we form gather a group of people and say, no, they would represent us. That is beginning to form a government which itself will form an opposition and we'll just be back in circles. But I am saying that why don't we come together as the people, keep our objectives as simple as possible, which is like the Solidarity Fund, and two, a people that has come together will automatically police the groups, will automatically make the groups accountable. It will automatically make the groups sit up and take notice. Because don't forget that as we are putting together that solidarity fund, that the central committee that we can form to oversee this thing can decide how they will use it in humanitarian ways, and then we then educate all our mobilized people that we have to fund the struggle. And now you will have groups that are sitting up and taking notice. And whether it is new groups, some people from amongst us can still say these groups are messing up. We'll form a new defense thing with a small political wing or whatever, and we'll do better than this. And when the people are mobilized and ready to fund groups that they think are doing the right thing, you know, that will automatically over time improve the groups. This is what I'm just trying to say, that we cannot try to reinvent the wheel. We are not going to form some kind of collectivist communist type of monolithic structure to run the struggle. The struggle is still going to be run by groups, whether we like it or not. Because even if we come together as the people and say we are doing this, we are doing this, the groups will still be there and they will still probably be causing the same amount of damage if that popular mobilization is itself divided. Because once you put political objectives, let's just say something like we want to campaign for a referendum as that mobilized people. Once you put anything like that, there will be people who oppose it and people who don't. And so something like that has no place within that popular mobilization. It has to be something that every Ambazonian can come in without any qualms. You cannot say no, this structure, I don't like this policy of this structure, because there are few policies. They are just the coming together of the people. And you put out the right ideas, that we have matricule numbers for everybody, whether you just generate a code that represents everybody or we put your name or this, that doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, if we have something like that, you have a website that runs it, that records everything, and at any point you can say this is my matricule number and this is a report of my activities and this. And then that simple structure that so many people have joined will also be a focal point from which we can easily run surveys and opinion polls through the website, so that we get what the people think and the groups get what the people think, and they set their house in order or they die a natural death through lack of funding. So we are saying the same thing, that we need that structure of the people, but just the people as in, not that we're forming a new structure to oversee the struggle or to run the struggle or to, talk of things like institutions and things like that. All these things will fall into place once the groups begin to behave themselves and begin to collaborate, because that's a natural aspect of collaboration. If we can succeed to get rid of this notion of a government, then it will just be groups coming together to collaborate and doing their thing, whether they have defense forces or whatever. So this is, that's the aspect that you completely ignored, which is, what do we put as the objectives of this popular mobilization, this coming together? What are the objectives? So I'm simply saying that to attract as many all Ambazonians to it, we keep the objectives as simple as possible and then rely on the fact that either those existing groups will get their act together or new groups will form and replace them, or because we don't want to create a new kind of world, because these groups that they are here together, they formed for this struggle, a lot of them will mutate into political parties as we get into Ambazonia. So we will not only be educating ourselves to be responsible citizens, but we'll also be making those groups fit for purpose, both as revolutionary groups and those that want to transmute into political parties. They also already have that culture of knowing that the people are there, because right now groups just function as if the people are not there. They just every group has its band of supporters, and you know there's just no that mass of the people taking into everything into account. It's just group, and then with their supporters and this. So that is what we want to move away from. Not in terms of say, yeah, you still support your group, but then you come to this popular mobilization as an Ambazonian, as one of the people of Ambazonia, and the things that you're coming there to do are not things that are controversial that will clash with something of your group, or is less likely to be so. You cannot avoid clashes altogether. So let me not make this too long again. I think I've conveyed the difference a bit better this time, I hope. Thank you.
Hello there, comrade JC. Thank you for your audio once more. And I like for respond to you, and I want to be direct with you. You see, this is not the views of Soldier Ant, Sonny Malex. These are the views of Nifaya Soldier, and not the views of Amhek. Okay? I become into this revolution, into this fight for our liberation, not as an individual. I actually come in, I belong to a group when the SCNC of Pa Thomas Wancha. But from day one, I learned from day one for collaborate with other groups where they run, always did together. And I try my best for make sure some more harmonize all the groups. Maybe we only concentrate on liberating the nation first. So what I want to try for talk with you, I want make you think from the standpoint of a liberation. Maybe we only think about liberating the nation first. Maybe we forget about group politics. Why I say this? Because maybe we know say now for our own good, where would it come together for work like a team, not now for the good of the people on ground zero. They're already in shit. Now for our own good, we in the diaspora, for come together, work like one, for provide stability for ground zero for the fighters and for our families back home. I want to make we look at where the groups don't put we for where we say they were always there. How have the groups served us? They don't cause a lot of chaos, a lot of infighting, a lot of malicious attack on the other individuals and groups just for stand out. We need for honestly look into ourselves, think all about liberating our nation, and for come together in a structure where all we belong to, where we speak as one, we activate our sovereignty. The moment we start talk like one, we don't activate our sovereignty. Then we take upon ourselves, we come up with a body, a constituted body where they represent us in every sense of it for speak on our behalf. Whether you want to call on a government or don't become a whatever you think of, bro, I want to tell you something where tomorrow I want me to hold me accountable. I don't want to talk something tomorrow. I'll try for a retract because I will be wrong. No, I want to retract now because I speak the truth. What things in the right thing for do, then I say better direction. I say no. Not that say I talk now because I dey fear people. They not think say, oh, tomorrow, whatever structure we get, it become a structure we represent our people. We not feel separate ourselves from our politics. We not feel separate ourselves from our right for self-defense. All these things are part and parcel of us as human beings. Now part and parcel of us, of the people of southern Cameroons, now called Ambazonia. We not feel separate ourselves from our political natures. We not feel separate ourselves from our self-defense. So may we come together with those attributes. We make we a nation. We give people them a mandate for represent also may they speak on our behalf. No group, no day we go represent we from what you start talking. In the same way, no group, no day we go represent we. Now we get for come together, we'll give people them a mandate for speak on our behalf as a nation. If it means say it will suddenly look like a structure or something where you want to call, I'm saying like government where they speak on our behalf, where they do diplomacy, yeah, so be it. But the truth now say now only such a structure will give we stability, it will give accountability, they will respect everybody voice, they will respect everybody a political ideology. And when we come together, we make sure say all our defense groups they did together so that make we feel account for any casualties where it death on ground zero. We know who they commit what act and we know who they go out of line. When we come together like a nation, we get a memorandum of understanding where we draw a red line where nobody no get for cross. So this could be a decision where all we be involved. And when they want talk for we, they know who they for talk to because they represent the people. They'll say these people represent the people of the Republic of Southern Cameroons, now where they call themselves Ambazonia. I don't know why you fear say tomorrow if you become a group where you get political power or you get a power for do diplomacy. So what? Is that not the importance of us coming together, me they talk on our behalf? Why they shy away from? Why the one what group can do that for us? You know, so I don't always be against the creation of a government because the creation of a government in a revolution only creates an opposition. An opposition in a revolution not be good for we. Time don't prove me right. I be come out as soon as they be create a government say now a mistake will make them because go create an opposition. Now not only get one opposition, we'll get several oppositions. But if we come together like one, we say, okay, we'll go get a group of people where they come out of each county, they stand in as they represent, as a representative of the people of Southern Cameroons, or a representative of the people of Ambas Bay, or a representative of the people of Ambazonia, that they will speak on their behalf, they will act on their behalf. What's wrong with that? It's not a good thing. It will bring harmony. It will bring peace among we. It will bring trust. People will start contribute because they know say they get an accountability. Then we'll get a department where they be experienced in finance, how to manage finance. They will know where to delegate funds where it be needed. And they will be accounted for. We'll not get this chaos anymore. We'll be respected by the international communities. All the other people, the way they want put themselves up like leaders of tomorrow, they will respect each other. They start talk sense and be honest and be respectful of one another. I know we'll shy away from that. If we become one, we'll come together, speak like one, then we'll get a power where represent we as a government or as a, so what? What's wrong with that? Is that not being organized? So you prefer me people that they arrogate upon themselves, say they be government of the people, nobody not appoint them, a group they work and collect taxes, where they not be a government of the people, they impose taxes on people, you approve that. But when we come together like a nation, we say we in the diaspora because now we be talk so we get for fight war, we levy everybody $20, $10 or $30, then people they volunteer, they put 100,000 where they want. Is that not a good thing? We say prefer me groups and come up, arrogate upon themselves, saying that they lead we will get for listen to them. You prefer that than us coming together as one, speaking for ourselves and giving a constituted body power for represent we. You not prefer that. You fear say they'll get power. That's power to them given by us, which is good power, which is legitimate power. Why don't you like that? Why you prefer me power belongs to group where they arrogate power upon themselves? Look, for instance, Capo Daniel in the past 1 week, don't the talk say, me everybody aligned for a back. You never hear that? That is as a result of groups where they appoint themselves our leaders, where they do that. Capo Daniel don't the talk for the past few days, say me everybody come align for a back. That's gross. That's crazy. And Capo Daniel come from where? He came as a result of these groups. So you don't want that to stop? Wait to stop me for come out and talk, say, make everybody align behind me. Wait to stop Comrade Jesse for talk, say, make everybody align behind me. That's what Capo Daniel has been saying for the past few days, that everybody should align behind him. Is that what you want out of this? Bro, I know you fear for sacrifice, your political relevance, your group relevance, the power we don't get, but the right thing for do, now make we come together as a nation, as citizens, we give a body, make we give a body the power, the mandate for speak on our behalf. Then now how we go choose that body go be the problem. But make we agree, say we need to give a body, make they speak on our behalf, act on our behalf. That's all I'm saying. And I stand by that. If that becomes a government of our people, that's fine. But now we choose them, none of them choose themselves. If that structure becomes our government, becomes our people's voice, it becomes a choice that our people make, then it's good. I'm not going to shy away from that thing we talk. So when we come together in a structure, make them not get political power, make them not get diplomatic power, make them not get any power for talk on the project behalf. You go the opposite direction where me I go. Why are you scared of that? Why do you prefer counterfeit and illegal and illegitimate institution for lead we, but you not want for advocate for legitimate structures? When now we create them, when now we appoint people them, we elect them, me they represent we. Why is it a problem to you? So you prefer chaos. I want me to remember this audio, remember where I stand, so that tomorrow we talk, say, okay, this is what Comrade Nifaya Sojan said, and this is what I said. If we come together like one, we speak like one, speak like a nation, give people them a constrained body, the powers for speak on our behalf, and it become our government, so be it. It will be good. It will be respected. It will be good for everybody. It will give everybody respect and will give everybody relevance. Thank you so much, Comrade Nifaya Soja, and he's signing off.
Comrades JC and Sonny Malex, all of you, or two of you, are moving towards the same aim or objective of independence of Southern Cameroons. You have talked about structure. I have told you about the limitations of structures before. And why it is difficult is that any new group you form now will be made up of hardened supporters of the previous groups. Let me repeat myself. Any group you make now will be made up of hardened supporters of the various groups who we call in political science die-hard supporters. They will never change their stand. That is why it is difficult. So everybody now knows everybody. So if, for example, the person who wants to head this new group is from Sako's group, Ayok Tabe's group will say no, Ayaba will say no, that is the bane of your revolution. You see, thank God the exposure is well wide now. Everybody knows everybody. That is why some of us have decided us to be watching. Because there is no miracle to make a dog which has eaten feces to eat rice and stew. Because as your children defecate in the house, and that dog has been used to eating only the feces of those children, that is his own diet. He has, in fact, a conditioned, we call it conditioned reflex. So that is it, and that is why it is difficult for us to have consensus. Everybody is coming to the new structure with something in his back from his home faction, from his original faction. And except the new faction does something to the effect that only that his own God ordained leader will be the leader of the group, or after, none of them is prepared to come together. They are just pretending. And Cameroonians, Anglophones, Ambazonians are very good at pretending. So I have given you why they cannot come together and why you are still making as if you are searching for people to come together. Just listen to my own part and do your own research. Then you will know what I'm talking about. People have decided to hurt themselves, and they are not in any hurry to reverse that. That is why, what am I talking? I don't know who killed Soja Tom Sawyer, or I don't know those funny names for generals. So those who killed Tom Sawyer and those who knew who did the arrangement before they killed the guy, they have taken over all the forums. They are now telling us even to smaller killings in the villages. And, so it is so funny, brothers and sisters. This thing is so heart-wrenching that when you listen to people talk, you start wondering what will be before us. So that is why it is difficult for people pretending that they want to come together. Up to now, everybody is pretending. Good evening.
Hello there, King of Youth, Comrade Dr. Asibon. Thank you so much for this audio. You said something very important here, and you've hit the nail on the head right into the coffin. You just make a statement, say, our people, they don't be so buried in their group loyalty, where even if they come together, if one of those people they come together not going to be the ultimate leader at the end of the day, they not go want for move, they want for remain with their group loyalty, and they in any hurry for make we come together. You are spot on, the King of Youth. That is the truth. People then be buried inside that group mentality. They're not there in any hurry for look at how our people that is suffer on ground zero. They not see how our people don't drift away from the liberation. They want to go them back for where they be there before because they feel say be better. They're not there in any hurry. May we come together. Now why? I think say this thing say make we come together as a nation, as citizens of Southern Cameroons, as citizens of Ambazonia, where all we suffer. Make we come together, get a body, not be one person. Make we get a body where they go represent we, speak for we, act and we. Now the test of character that we need for test this our so-called self-made leaders, whether they truly care about we, whether they truly care about our suffering poor of ground zero, whether they truly care about our liberation or they care about themselves. That is where we are going to test them. Those of them with they don't want to come together, with they know honestly also listen. I drop my group affiliation. Let's come together, brothers and sisters, as one and speak as a nation for the suffering of our people. If they not do that, make everybody know, say, they're all hypocrite, they're all about themselves, they're all about power. I just want to make this audio for confirm to you, say, Comrade Dr. Asibon, the King of Youth, you are correct. You are 100% correct. This coming together, respecting one another, knowing say everybody get a talent, knowing say everybody get something for offer, say everybody a stakeholder, That is a test we need to forgive our people. Why is that? Because before we want to reach this stage, before we want to start this revolution, none of us, we don't prepare $1, prepare one stick, send for fight for independence of the people of the Republic of Southern Cameroon. All the money where they don't get for get a group where they support them, it comes now from people's pockets. It comes from people's pocket. How come they be so arrogant? They know if it come down from their horses, move speak like one. Now, why I be call you, Senior Comrade Asibon, the king of youth, say make you come, make you do a SWOT analysis, look at where we don't go right, where we don't go wrong. Make we come together, do something where it include everybody. Where it shows say we care and we know say everybody gets something for offer. We provide something where everybody fit in. Even you will forget yourself, you refuse to show up. Or you will take them lightly. But now when you know so we mean business, not stipulate Comrade Dr. Asibon, the king of youth. We need for come together. We need for come together. Get a body where represent all our counties, where represent everybody. Where they go speak on our behalf and act on our behalf. If we take that first step, when we take that first step, La Republique will start shiver. Now that first step be a test of our character. Do we know that it's important for us to come together because it gives us strength? Yes or no? We need for know first before we do. In everything for life, you get for know. You need for know first. Do we know? Knowing the come before doing. You know if you do what you don't know, you need for know first. Do we know that we need each other? Do we know that we need to speak as one, as a nation? And as such, we should come together and do it. Do what is necessary to come together. Now the question that way all these leaders need for do introspection. All of them. You, me, everybody. We need an introspection for self-examine ourselves, for ask ourselves that question. Am I ready to stand with my brother and sister just as another human, as another suffering comrade, because we are on our own? Because without us coming together, we cannot win? If we not do that individually and answer that question honestly, we are not going anywhere. Maybe we write this down. Maybe we pen them down. Because this is not the testament of Soldier and Sonny Malex, actually. If we not do that honestly to ourselves before we start asking the next person, we are not going anywhere. I know it's difficult, but it's not impossible for us to come together because we individually, we have nothing. We know nobody. Anyway, thank you, the king of youth, Soldier Ante. Bye for now.
Sonny Malex, my friend, I can see the fire burning in you for us to go to Boya. You don't expect anybody to believe that most of our people, supporters of Sako, Ayabacho, or Bo Hebet, don't know that unity is strength. They are not babies. Please, Malex. You look at them. You think they are babies? Even the man that he made an audio, then you responded. Is that man a baby? But he was still dodging. He was still telling you that, it's something. He had something that at the end of his audio, he made people, those who can read between the lines, to know that he is still with his old group. All right. So they asked you, get these people together if you can, because me, I failed. When I try to get people together and fail, I am very humble to accept failure. Because if I had succeeded, they would have come together. I don't seem to see any of those old dogs which has eaten feces to come and eat rice meal and enjoy a rice meal in any house. These are people, some of them are older than me. Older than you, Sonny. Even knowing about unity, a primary school child knows unity. That is why we had our Dimakash groups and we were playing football and winning. That idea to come together and win a match behind the house is unity. Unity is not age. You don't know how to unite by age or by experience or to be told. Please remove that aspect of do they know that to unite is better. You are still giving concessions to them, the old crooks, the old dogs which have eaten feces and they cannot eat rice. Don't give them that latitude for them to have a hiding place. You want to do naked these guys. They are evil. They are wicked to us. Anybody who cannot say, okay, enough is enough, let's go and form a new and do something, everybody would have come together, matters would have been okay. But these guys, I look at them in my own assessment as very wicked people who don't care about anybody or who don't care about us. And you say they are leaders. If a leader doesn't know when to make a U-turn, there is no leader. Does that one aspect cancels all the leaders, since they cannot tell their supporters. That is why I suspect all of them to be working with La Republic. Because there is no subtle reason why everybody is to stick to his gun when they know that those things affect us. So, Sonny, please, I read between the lines. The day you could not bring those people together, I told you I failed. Though. I didn't miss words. Go and try your best. So when Lehman came, he said he want to try. I said, okay, go ahead. I told Sonny, I don't know that Sonny knows that he also failed. If he didn't fail, go ahead and bring them together. But the attitude of our people is the die-hard type. I said, a lady from my own home, that even if Sako is going to a pit of no return, she's following him, because when Ayoktabe will divide positions for ministerial appointments, Ayoktabe will give some slots to Sako to recognize him. That's why you see now we have 25 groups. Excuse me, have you made a group? You, Malex, said you want to form association for patriotic Ambazonians. I have not seen one. You are genuine. Don't you know how to form a group? You know, but you know that group will multiply the things too many and it will make nonsense of all the groups. That's why you have not done it. All other people know what you know, but they are greedy. The greedy fellows in Cameroon are too many. That's why Biya is succeeding. Biya knew them, identified them, settled them with money and positions. In fact, Frank will still rule that country. That Cameroonians only make noise. Call them, settle them. They will become against their own brother in the same family. So please, don't give them that chance. All Ambazonians know that unity is strength. That if we unite today, we shall have independence the next week. They are aware. That is why if they don't come together, my own conclusion is that they have been paid to do so, and I may not be far from the truth. Good evening.
Hello there, the king of youth, Senior Comrade Dr. Patrick Asibon. This your audio, this your 5-minute audio. This is the best of you. I don't know the medication you're on. I don't know what you're drinking. I don't know what you've been eating. I don't know who has made your heart so soft, so clean to speak this word of wisdom. You are true. You're so honest here to a fault. And I would like everybody to listen to this audio, because this is the truth you've spoken. And if these guys listen to this, your audio, and they don't change, nobody, whether you're in the group or out of the group, should never, never forget and should never, never forgive them. This audio you have made, it might seem simple to you. It might seem a casual, normal audio to you, but it is so powerful because you kept it simple, straight to the point, and truth in any way you can think of. This is honest and that is the truth. And I humble myself and say thank you for this audio. And I've listened to you, I heard you, and I understand you perfectly. Thank you for this audio, the King of Youth. And I hope people make this audio to reach all these so-called self-made leaders, because they shouldn't be fooling themselves that tomorrow we shall forget and forgive them. I'm going to remember this day and this audio. Not that I'm going to give up my position. I'll keep trying. But with this, your audio at the back of my mind. Thank you so much, Comrade Asibon. Soja Anye signing off. Good evening.